The sterile white walls of the Galactic Naval Academy's medical wing hummed with the quiet efficiency of 1,000 automated systems. Kathleen stood in line with 300 other cadets, all waiting their turn for the mandatory blood analysis, a routine procedure that every first-year student endured. It was supposed to be simple, a quick scan to catalog their biological markers, identify potential allergies to alien atmospheres, and clear them for deep space training. Django, her assigned partner from orientation, stood beside her, his dark eyes scanning the holographic displays that floated above each testing station. He was human too, one of only 12 from Earth in this year's class. The rest were Vexillians with their crystalline skin, Thornbacks with their armored exoskeletons, and a handful of other species from the 37 member worlds of the Galactic Collective. "Nervous?" Django asked, nudging her shoulder. Kathleen shook her head. "It's just a blood test." What's the worst that could happen? Those words would haunt her for the rest of her life. When her turn came, she pressed her palm against the scanner. The device hummed, drawing a microscopic sample through her skin. The display flickered, once, twice, then erupted into a cascade of symbols she'd never seen before. Every screen in the medical wing suddenly synchronized, all showing the same impossible readout. Element, unknown origin, Earthborn prime caution, unprecedented biological signature detected. The entire facility went silent. Even the automated system seemed to pause, as if the building itself was holding its breath. Commander Velthar, a towering Vexillian with skin like polished amethyst, pushed through the crowd of cadets. His 6 eyes widened as he studied the display. "Impossible," he muttered in his species' melodic language, which the universal translator rendered into Kathleen's neural implant. Run it again. They ran it 7 times. 7 times the same result appeared. Django grabbed Kathleen's arm, his grip tight with concern. "What does that mean? Earthborn Prime?" No one answered him. The medical staff conferred in hushed tones, their various appendages gesturing frantically at data streams that multiplied across every available surface. Kathleen's blood sample had triggered something, some ancient protocol buried deep in the Academy's systems, something that hadn't been activated in over 10,000 years. Within an hour, she was sitting in the dean's office, a circular chamber at the top of the Academy's central spire. The dean, an ancient thornback named Krikstal, studied her with eyes that had witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations. "Do you know why your planet was the last to join the collective?" Krikstal asked, his voice like grinding stone. Kathleen shook her head. "The official records say Earth wasn't technologically advanced enough until 50 years ago. The official records lie." Krikstal activated a hologram between them. It showed a star map, but not any configuration Kathleen recognized. 12,000 years ago, humanity didn't originate on Earth. You were seated there, hidden, protected, isolated from the rest of the galaxy. "That's insane," Django said from beside her. He'd refused to leave, and the dean had surprisingly allowed him to stay. "Is it?" Krikstal zoomed the hologram to show an ancient world, now nothing but an asteroid field. The primes were the first species to achieve faster-than-light travel, the first to map the galaxy, the first to encounter the Devourers, a race of machines that consumed entire civilizations. The primes fought them for 1,000 years and lost, but before their last world fell, they did something unprecedented. The hologram shifted, showing a single ship leaving the dying world, carrying what looked like thousands of stasis pods. They took their genetic material, their memories, their entire evolutionary potential, and hid it on a primitive world at the edge of the galaxy. They engineered a biological lock, a genetic signature that would remain dormant unless exposed to specific conditions. That lock was meant to activate only when the Devourers returned. Kathleen's hands trembled. "The testing equipment contains trace elements of Devourer technology," Krikstal confirmed, "salvaged from ancient battlefields and repurposed over millennia. We never knew it would trigger a response. We never expected to find a prime." "But I'm human," Kathleen protested. "Just human. You are human," the dean agreed. "But you are also something more. The primes engineered their descendants to adapt, survive, and eventually thrive in any environment. They gave you something no other species possesses, pure evolutionary potential. Your DNA doesn't just contain genetic information. It contains the compressed knowledge and abilities of the most advanced civilization the galaxy has ever known." Django stood abruptly. So what does this mean for her? Crixtal's expression, as much as his alien features could convey, softened. It means Kathleen is in danger. The protocols have been triggered. Every intelligence network in the collective now knows an Earthborn Prime has awakened. There are factions who would kill to possess such knowledge, others who would kill to destroy it. The Devourers may be ancient history, but there are new threats in the galaxy. Threats that the Prime's descendants might be the only ones capable of stopping. I didn't ask for this, Kathleen whispered. No one ever does, Crixtal replied. But the fact remains, your blood reacted to something that hasn't responded in 12,000 years. Whatever was locked inside your genetic code is waking up. You'll begin to notice changes. Enhanced reflexes, accelerated healing, the ability to intuitively understand alien technology. The Primes built these gifts into their children's children's children, waiting for the moment they would be needed again. Kathleen looked at Django, who met her gaze with unwavering determination. Whatever happens, he said quietly, you're not facing it alone. Over the following weeks, Kathleen's life became a blur of secret meetings, advanced training sessions, and mysterious tests that pushed her body and mind beyond anything she thought possible. Django stayed by her side through all of it, her anchor in a universe that had suddenly become far stranger and more dangerous than either of them had imagined. The night before their first deep space assignment, Kathleen stood at the observation deck staring at the stars. Django found her there as she knew he would. Having second thoughts? He asked. Every thought I have is a second thought now, she admitted. But no. Whatever I'm becoming, whatever the Primes intended, I have to see it through. The galaxy placed its faith in humanity once before. Maybe it's time we proved we were worth saving. Django smiled. Then let's show them what Earthborn Primes can do. As their ship launched the next morning, carrying them toward adventures neither could yet imagine, Kathleen felt something stirring in her blood, ancient, powerful, and finally awake. The Primes had been gone for 12,000 years, but their legacy lived on, and it had only just begun to manifest. NDU.